Move this back. There we go. So we got Sun in the 12th house here, and as you can see, it's in a fucus. All right. Thank you for buying a badge. I appreciate that. So your Sun is actually in the 12th. So I'm not going to say that you're crazy, Mary, but I would say that you're probably crazy, bro. Like, and I love you to death, but you are, sheesh. This chart, girl, you are a nut box. I'm sorry, but you're loony. I know you are. I'm not saying that you're harmful or dangerous to people, but you are a piece of fucking work. Yeah, bro, you're nuts. Like, you got Moon in the 12th house and you're in a fucus. Okay, a fucus women, let's just say Britney Spears. We're gonna leave it there. It's giving Britney Spears, all right? All right, a fucus women, Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, all right? Crazy women. And then you got in the 12th house, and I always tell y'all, Sun in the 12th house is a crazy person's placement. I call it the serial killer placement. So, yeah, I love you, girl, but you're a little crazy. The cool thing is you have a Moon in Virgo, so you're rational at points. I would just say that your dad was probably crazy. Like, your dad probably was crazy in some way, and you picked up that Sun. There's something there. Even if he wasn't around, usually he wasn't with the 12th and the Sun of the 12th. But even if he was crazy, definitely secretive as well. You didn't really probably know much about him. I say you were probably around women a lot more, or raised around women, but you also have a Moon in Virgo, so you're really smart, so that's the cool thing. The only thing is like, you're smart. Yeah, girl, you got some serial killer makings, because you're smart enough to hide a body, bruh. With that Moon in Virgo, you can research enough to find out how to hide a body. So people better not fuck with you. Like, this, you are not that person. Like, you are definitely crazy. But, you know, luckily you have that Moon in Virgo to kind of balance you out. It seemed like your mom was pretty rational, or she taught you education was very important. Especially with it being in the 9th house, you're definitely very intelligent. Your dad's a mortician, so yeah, that makes sense. That's all I'm gonna say. Not the mortician. See, it runs in the family, okay? It runs in the family. You definitely would know what to do with a dead body. That's all I'm gonna say. But also, like, your mom, you're very smart. Moon in the 9th house, either, you know, some way she influenced you to be very smart. I don't know if she influenced you to go to college. My brother has Moon in the 9th house, I believe, as well. And he's in Virgo. And my mom was, like, super big into him being in college. He was the only one of us that graduated college, because my mom was just not playing around with him. Like, the rest of us got by with the degree, with the diploma, but my mom was not fucking playing with him. So he has, like, a degree. So even if you don't have a degree, education was very important to your mother. So you have at least a rational side. That's a good thing. But you are definitely, I would say, work with moonstones, because it will help you chill out, especially like during your time in the month. And you're young, so that's another thing too. So shit, you got your life ahead of you. You're a Tiger woman as well, born in 98. Tiger women, that's Aquarius energy. Tiger women are feminists. They're not to be fucked with, like, very smart asses. They are smart asses. My brother's engaged to a fucking Tiger woman, funnily enough. Smart asses, again, highly, highly intelligent, but also, like, very masculine. You guys need a very strong partner to deal with the strongness of your personality. You're rebellious as fuck. Like, type of people just do shit because everyone else, like, you're going to do the opposite. Everybody else is going left, you're going to go right. You're a rebel. This is definitely a rebel. Highly spiritual, though. Highly spiritual. You came here to learn about spirituality and to be, like, more of a preacher, because in, like, past lives you were really focused on family and, like, your upbringing. You were very focused on staying close to home, but this life you want to travel, you want to get out of your comfort zone. You may have children already, or you would have children. I don't see you, like, some Tiger women are not with having children. It's like, it goes with their feminine energy. Like, it goes with their feminist energy. Like, they don't really fuck with children like that. But because you have a Sun in a fucus and a Moon in Virgo, I highly say you probably would have children. you might be actually one of those women who have a good bit of children. Because again, fucus women, like again, Britney Spears, they love children. But then again, like I said, some of fucus women can go without having children if they have a healthy career, like if they have a really healthy drive, like Nicki Minaj. You know, she didn't have a child till later in life. So, yeah, so I definitely see you being, you know, very nurturing, very protective of children, but people like you definitely have some shit with you. And your Mercury is in true Scorpio, so you're highly psychic. You would make a great investigator, like you would be a great private eye or someone who finds out shit about people. Definitely with the moon in Virgo, Mars in Virgo, definitely a researcher, a teacher. Your North Node is in Leo, so it's gonna every time I talk to Sun in 12th houses, you guys always have something in your chart that make you have to be in the public eye, even though you guys hate it. It's so crazy. Like your North Node in Leo says you need to be in the public eye, but your Sun in the 12th house says fuck that shit because you hate being in the public eye. You hate being around large crowds of people, but that North Node in Leo is going to make you want to be an entertainer or be out in the public eye. So it's funny. Your Saturn is in Pisces and it's retrograde. So that means you're repeating a life. So you guys know Saturn retrogrades. I don't really pity you guys. This means that you are repeating a life. This means that in a past life, you did not play out your karma. So you are repeating this life. So you guys are usually old souls. Like me, you know, I'm like 50 years old, maturity wise. I don't want to say maturity wise because I'm actually really childish, but I think my knowledge base is pretty wise. So that's probably why I got Saturn retrograde. You got Saturn retrograde in Pisces. So in a past life, you did not embrace your spiritual path, basically. With Saturn in Pisces, you're supposed to learn spiritual or basically religious freedom, like to be able to practice whatever religion you want. And you didn't do that in a past life. Like I said, in a past life, you cared too much about your family and what people in your neighborhood said about you. You may have practiced shit, but it was in secret, and you probably still do it now. You're probably still practicing shit in secret. But, yeah, you're going to be like, yeah, probably in some deep shit. You're going to be in some deep shit. So you might as well embrace it, or you're going to wind up just repeating the same life again. So I don't know who the fuck wants to do that. But, yeah, that's what I got for you. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to move on to, I think Miss Bebe said she sent in an email. So I'm going to disconnect this so I can get her information really quick without y'all seeing all her business. Trying to keep shit. I feel like I got HIPAA laws or some shit. Ain't that the shit where you can't share people's information and stuff? Lord Jesus. All right. Let me get back into my email. All right, y'all, hold on. I got to get back into this email really quick. Because my ancestors are not fucking playing with me, yo. Every time I try to figure out what the fuck is wrong, they be like, astrology. I don't know the exact time of birth. And I don't really like reading people that don't got the exact time of birth. I'll be honest with you. I don't really like doing that shit because it's not as accurate. So, I mean, I'll do it, but it's going to be quick. Because I can't really break down the chart how I want to. So, you definitely got to figure out how you can get your time of birth. I mean, I can give you a synopsis of things, but I'm not going to be able to really, like, break down your rising and all that shit because your time, I don't have your time of birth. Why is there a Philadelphia, Missouri, and a Philadelphia, Arkansas? What? Philadelphia, Alabama. This is an issue for me. Why? Who did this? Why are we doing this? Anyway, let me move on. Okay, so we're going to do a noon chart. And for my future astrologers out there, or astrologers, if you don't have the time of birth, then you just do a noon chart. You basically set the chart to noon. So you can get a general synopsis of the chart, but you can't really get like the specifics, like detailed. So this is the Western chart, I guess. I mean, that shit, I don't know. I guess that looks right to other people, but to me, this just doesn't even fucking look right. Well, you got to get the exact time because it matters. It really does. All right. So that just looks better to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm just used to looking at it like that. The other shit just looks weird. I don't even understand that. I don't even understand it. I don't. Like, I do, but I don't. All right. So let me see. I can't really look at your rising. All right. So your sun, like I told you before, is up here in Libra. Okay. The sun actually does not go into Scorpio until about the 24th, 23rd of November. So everybody that thinks they're fucking Scorpios are most likely Libras and Virgos, okay? The sun only stays in Scorpio for 6 days. I know, shocking, like, oh my God, but it's okay. Me personally, I think Libra is an amazing sign. I love Libra women. You guys are some of my favorite, people. Like, Libra women have a self-worth that is just impenetrable. A healthy Libra women. Most Libra women I know do not fuck around when it comes to like men and like feminist empowerment. You're gonna treat them right. They're very smart usually. Very good writers, amazing writers. And Kendall Jenner is a Libra, and you know, Kim Kardashian thinks she's a fucking Libra, but she's a fucking Virgo. And that's why there's a the difference between the two of them. Like, you'll see a difference between Kendall and Kim. Kendall just seems smarter overall than Kim. Like, Kim is smart. I'm not saying she's not smart, but Kim is more book smart. You'll notice most Virgo people don't really have common sense. They're very smart, highly intelligent. Like my best friend, she's a true Virgo. Princeton, able, she was smart. Okay, she is smart. Again, very good researchers, but Libra people are like intellectually intelligent and amazing speakers. Like, they will speak. Libras can make you feel cursed out without actually cursing you out ever. Like, you will feel like you just got cussed the fuck out because they're very cerebral. And that's why I say Kendall Jenner, she's one of the more smarter of the group because she is like the only true Libra, I believe, in their in the little family. Kim thinks she's a Libra, but she's definitely Virgo, and this is why Kim acts the way she does. She's very impressionable, very mutable, very changeable. Kendall is not. When she's adamant about some shit, she's not changing her mind about it, and that's just it. Kim can be persuaded. She can be influenced. So it's just a little bit of a difference. And then they're also fighters. A lot of people think that Libra is a sign of peace. They do like peace. Libras do like harmony. They do like shit to be balanced, but they will fuck you up. Like, Libras they have tempers. That is the warrior side of Venus. And everybody thinks Venus is all chill, but I like tell people to study the Pleiadians. And if you study the Pleiadians, you will know that they are not about fucking peace all the time, okay? These are scientists, all right? These are people who, they're warriors, okay? They're battle strategic, very strategic as well. But, like, I laugh because when J. Cole said the last person he ever got in a fight with was P. Diddy, because P. Diddy is a true Libra, and y'all also know P. Diddy has a history of getting people taken the fuck out. Libras are not to be fucked with, okay? They are warriors, and a lot of people get that shit twisted because the Libras that y'all know are fucking Virgos, like Cardi B perpetrating as a fucking Libra. Yeah, they're not usually about that life. They're usually, or they do sucker shit like what Will did to Chris Rock. I mean, I love Will, but what he did was some sucker shit. P. Diddy would fight that nigga. Like, if he was going to fight that nigga, and he would probably do it on some more discreet shit so they can actually really fight, not so nobody can break it up. So these are different energies again. But Libra people, again, very smart, make great publicists, writers, editors, very good with like interior design, very good with like designing homes, okay? You have a moon in a fucus. My niece has a moon in a fucus. So the one that y'all love so much. So obviously very psychic, also a medium. It's going to be hard to work with the energy though, because you have such a logical mind. So it's like your intuition is very strong, but your mind might actually tell you that you're hearing things or that you're crazy because you have such a rational mind. I think if you actually put your, like, if you did tarot but you put it online, people would be able to confirm that your intuition is stronger. Like, you would need to put your intuitive abilities out on social media so people can confirm that you're actually like a medium or a psychic, because your moon is in the 11th house. So you would get a lot of emotional support from an online community. You would actually feel the most emotionally supported you've ever felt in your life, and actually more confirmed that you're not crazy. That Libra sun is going to make you feel very rational. Libra sun people, I usually find that when they get around the father, like when they get around the father, they can't really truly be themselves. So a lot of times they feel like they have to live double lives, like, or they can't be honest. A lot of times Libras tend to be liars. I'm not going to lie. They do lie. And it's because they like to keep the peace. Now that's when you might run into a Libra who's trying to keep the peace, is when they don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or they just want to keep peace. That's when you'll find, and not, I mean, it is lying, but it's more so living a double life. Like, my son is completely different with me than he is with his father. He lives like he's two different people, kind of. So that's when you're going to get that nature that's kind of like a Gemini from the Libra. But this helps in social situations. This is why most Libras are social butterflies. They're really well liked. And, you know, a good healthy Libra is very positive, though. It's very positive, very cardinal energy. So your Saturn is in Cancer. So again, you need to use your intuitive abilities. You came here to learn about being a nurturer, to be more intuitive. You were very logical in past lives, like very smart, like a scientist. You were somebody who stuck to facts and rational shit. But this life, you came to deal with like the more esoteric or the unseen, also helping people with like if they need therapy and shit like that. So you make a great therapist as well. Yeah, especially with Jupiter and Pisces, you actually need to work on this. Like, you were kind of cutthroat in a past life, to be honest. You probably really didn't give a fuck about a lot of shit. And you were not into helping people. You were about facts and data. So this life, you're here to be like a healer, but also more of like a therapist to people. Definitely need to get into like yoga, Reiki, that type of shit. Medium work. Okay, so I didn't really get into love on the last one, so I'm really going to get into that one. But I will say that you most likely will have a partner who's in the public eye, or you'll meet your person when you become in the public eye, because you have Leo there. So you'll probably have like a well-known partnership, even if it's just in the like neighborhood that you're from. Okay, so I kind of try to do as best I can without having the time of birth. I can't really get too specific about things, but that's just like a general reading. So I'm gonna pick someone else really quick, and then I'm probably gonna, I don't know, I might do one or two more. I don't know yet. I don't know. So let me pick someone else. If I don't pick you today, I will keep your stuff in my email. Okay. Let's do Tiffany. All right, we got Tiffany. Is Tiffany still on here? Because I ain't going to do it if she ain't still on here. All right, cool. Give me a second. Refresh. What do we got here? We got a true Sag. Another tiger. I got a lot of tiger women that follow me. I've been noticing that. I don't know if it's because of how I am, probably. Y'all like that I don't give a fuck. I feel it. Y'all with the shits. I feel it. But I've been noticing that lately. I got a lot of tiger women that follow me. I'm like, what does that say about me? I'm a rebel. Definitely. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So okay. So, all right. We're in there. Okay. So, let's change the chart over to what makes sense in life. All right. So, the Sagittarius sun right here, second house, right down here. You actually have Jupiter in Capricorn, but you actually don't have any personal planets in Capricorn. Lots of Sag energy, though. You got, like, Mercury in Sag, Venus in Sag, Sun in Sag, Scorpio rising. So people are, like, all up in your business. People want to get to know your ass. People see you as somebody who's secretive. You also would make a good private investigator or somebody who could find out shit about people. And you guys, let me know if this stuff is resonating while I'm reading, because that's the whole point of the reading, is to, like, see if it's actually resonating for you. Because I be forgetting to mention that. But I don't know. With shit, you got Saturn in Scorpio, your Scorpio rising. Oh, girl, this is intense. So, you got a very intense fucking chart. You come from a very long line of mystics, though. You come from a very long line of, like, magicians and people who learn, like, spirituality. Like, what am I trying to say? Like, record keepers, like, people who have learned a lot about different spiritual systems and different cultures. But yeah, like, you come from a long line of, like, priestess or preachers. You have, like, preachers in your blood. So very strong spiritualist. That's nothing new. People see you as someone who's an occultist already. Like, people just assume that you're into magic or the occult, and they definitely want to get to know you because you have a Scorpio rising. So you're actually here to learn how to be more private. I feel like in a past life, you were probably someone who was known for your money, like the Taurus back here. So yeah, you might have had a lot of money, but it feels like you don't really care too much about money this life. No. With the Saturn in Scorpio and the rising in Scorpio, yes, money it'll come, but you're actually here to learn more about the occult, and actually you have karma in it with that Saturn in Scorpio there. So it's like, money, yeah, is important, but it's actually not. Like, you've actually already had money, you know, in lifetimes in past, and you actually maybe lost it because your Chiron is retrograde, so you could have lost your money in a past life, or you might find that happens in this life. Like, maybe you might lose large sums of money at a time, and it feels like you have karma in, like, letting go of attachments, like being more spiritual, more like, yeah, more spiritual. I don't want to say monk-like, because there's really nothing in your chart that would indicate that you're going to be like a monk, but more of someone who is spiritually rich, or, you know, like, really high in occult secrets. Like, you're going to be somebody who's, like, in secret societies, or you're in very exclusive clubs or very exclusive type of shit. Like fucking DJ Khaled's ass, his fucking magician ass. Like, who the fuck else gets paid that much money to just say their fucking name on a song and recycle the same beats from 1990 and shit? Like, there's some spiritual energy behind that, right? And you guys know where he's originally from. If you don't know, go look it up. And I say him because he's a true Scorpio. So you're definitely going to be someone who is more, your karma is more focused around finding out spiritual knowledge, occult knowledge, like magic, and like not even just like tarot, but really deep stuff. Like you might actually wind up getting initiated into something. Okay. Your midhaven is also up here in Leo, so you'd make a great actor because scorpionic energy can transform itself. You actually would be somebody who would be an actor that it would be kind of scary. Like it would be comparable to like Jim Carrey, because Jim Carrey literally becomes that different person. Like you know it's Jim Carrey, but he becomes that character. So you would actually be an actor or an actress, I guess. You could be an actress or get into theater or something where you'd have to perform, because people see you as someone who constantly transforms. It's like I'm getting like Johnny Depp energy. Yeah, you definitely would be a great actor because you're somebody who, like, Johnny Depp becomes that character. Like, who else can play Captain Jack Sparrow? Like, we can allow it, but is it anybody going to play that role like Johnny Depp? Like, nobody's going to play that role like him. So it's like you can become different characters. So that's another thing that, because you're Leos, you have midhaven Leo, you would definitely be someone who would do well in theater or the public eye. Performative though, definitely acting, or even like a musician. And money will come, but you'll also probably lose money as well. Like it'll come in waves. You're going to be somebody who people fuck with you more so because of your knowledge base. You're going to be somebody who your name holds more weight than your money. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're going to be somebody who is like well respected. Like, your name is going to hold more weight than your money. Because you're not someone who's here for that. And it's crazy because you have Moon in Aquarius and you're in a Tiger year. So you're very eccentric. Like, you're very, very eccentric, very weird, very quirky. You also could get into fashion. You'd have like a weird, quirky fashion sense. It's kind of like Rihanna with this access here. So your quirkiness, the fact that you're weird and different, and you probably felt very alienated as a child, probably especially by the mother with Moon in Aquarius, highly able to detach very easily. That's so you can be weird, like that weird person. And then, yeah, you got North Node in Aries. So you're definitely somebody who's supposed to be like, I want to say like a trailblazer, like the first of this, the first to do this, the first to do that. Like very bold, like you're meant to be very bold. Also very sexual. That's another thing. Very, very sexual. Saturn here and the scorpionic energy, dangerously sexual. Like you might actually have people who are obsessed with you sexually, like very obsessed with you. Not on some like ego shit, but like you would be a great exotic dancer. Like, people would probably go to the ATM. Like, you know when niggas go to the ATM, it's serious, right? Because they already got money. They came to the club with their money. But when they go to the ATM, you know what I'm saying? So you would definitely do good in, like, exotic dance or pole dancing. Anything that has to do with captivating people sexually with the body, especially with that Aries energy. Yeah, dancing. You would be very seductive. And again, you're going to be someone who's like different. Sagittarius energy, you're always felt alienated from people. Like, yeah, you definitely make a great dominatrix or some shit. Like, definitely. Men would fall at your feet. Definitely. Leo up here, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Aquarius moon makes you a pervert as well. I hate to say that, but Moon and Aquarius people are highly perverted energies. Like, you guys are very sexual. So, yeah. Like, perverting feminine energy in a way is what people would say, but that's not really what it is, but that's how people are going to see it. But we're in the time for it, okay? We're in the time where people are making money off of their sexuality, and it's not a big fucking deal. I mean, some people are still stuck in the 1800s, but, you know, for the most part, most people are up to speed that people are going to do what the fuck they want to do, especially with the Sagittarius sun. So, yeah. Definitely a free spirit. So the more free, quirky, and unhinged you are, the better things are going to get for you. But you definitely came to be a rebel. Like, you might have even been born into money in a past life. Like, Yeah, whatever. Well, you ain't got to give the poom poom up, but you can entice. You can definitely entice. You ain't got to give it up. That's the secret, is not giving it up. Is how you can get it. Is making them think. That's the talent with the Scorpio. That's what you got to learn. Saturn, learn to control that sexual energy. Saturn and Scorpio. But you might have been born into money in a past life, and like you couldn't do what you wanted to do because you were in nobility, like you were a noble. But this life, it's like you still have that noble blood, but you're gonna be like that crazy aunt, or that person that does whatever the fuck they want to do in the bloodline. She's still royal, but she only comes for Christmas, and she does whatever the fuck she wants to do. She might have like 3 boyfriends. I don't know. But that's what I see for you. Oh, yeah, I wanted to mention, just because it's in your chart, I'm really not talking too much about love, but Saturn and Juno here, there's a partnership that's going to be very fucking intense. I would say this person is most likely maybe born in November, okay? Like the 23rd to the 29th, late November, but they don't have to be. But those people you're going to have very, very intense relationships with. And you are here to have a marriage with somebody that's going to be very sexual. Like you're going to have maybe a dom sub type of relationship. Like you're going to have a sex positive marriage. I feel like you and your person might actually like wind up being like tantric sex teachers or something. Like you came here to experience a very intense marriage. Very intense, very possessive, very sexual, but out in the open because it's on your ascendant. So I just wanted to let you know that, because your Juno is conjunct your Saturn, so you can't not talk about the Saturn without talking about Juno sitting there. So that's something that you need to know as well. But yeah, let me see if I can fit one more on here really quick. I'll do one more really quick, and hopefully the video is not too long. But you guys can always book a reading with me. I really would appreciate the support too if you guys like, my readings. But, oh shit, sorry guys, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want y'all to see that shit, but oh well. You probably didn't see too much. I be trying not to show people's emails and stuff, but I kind of forgot to unhook it. Let's see. Is Taryn still on here? If Taryn is not on here, I'll do someone else. I ain't trying to read nobody that's not on here. Going once. Going twice. So I'm assuming that Taryn is not on here, so we're going to move on to somebody else. Because honestly, I ain't trying to be on here all night. Alright, so I'm going to move on to somebody else. Alright, so we're going to do is Kiera on here. Is Kiera still on here? I think that's how you say it. Nope. Going once, going twice. Alright, so I'm going to move to somebody else then. Is Jessica on here? Is Jessica still on here? No, it's Kiera. Okay, I'll do yours. And then I'm gonna get off here. Why are you acting like this? Can you stop? Alright. But no, my heart can't keep. These are the times we all went. Why has that song been stuck in my head? So sick of it. Right. So there. Let me put this down. Put this up. All right. Okay, so girl, you don't even know what this chart about to say. So let's just get the facts here. Let's get some facts. Facts. That's facts. The other shit is bullshit. Alright, so, well, yeah, never mind. You might be... You're right. Never mind. You crazy as fuck. Let me stop. You're not as crazy as Mary, though. Mary was definitely giving me, she might have had a couple bodies. Or she might wind up having a couple bodies. I ain't gonna lie. But you're definitely a little wild. You are, it's hard. You're moody. You're definitely moody. Because you got a Cancer sun, true Cancer sun, here. And because Leo, the sun doesn't go into Leo until about the 10th or the 11th of August. So, you have a Cancer sun. Your moon is in Leo, though. So that's what is the issue, is because you have the sun and the moon in a fire in a water placement. So this definitely says that there was disharmonious, like your parents were not, like your parents were not in alignment. So it's like your parents probably argued a lot. They were definitely different. Okay. The mother was probably more dominant than the father. And you might actually struggle with that issue, like feminine, like gender roles. Like, people might say that you're too masculine, but the crazy thing is you're actually pretty feminine, but it just depends on who raised you at the end of the day. But I will say that the mother was definitely more domestic shit. Yeah, your mom is definitely probably more dominant. Just saying, because the moon is in Leo, so the sun is in Cancer, which is obviously a weaker placement than Leo. Than Leo, right? Venus in Leo. So yeah, you got a lot of good Leo in the energy in there. But it's gonna be hard. Fire water placements are the hardest, especially right next to each other. Like Leo, Cancer energy is the hardest. I would say one of the hardest cusp. Like Whitney Houston was a fire Leo cusp. She was on the cusp of Cancer and Leo. She's August 9th. So that's kind of why Whitney Houston was crazy. Because she's done with that fire water energy. And that's kind of what you got going on in your chart here. But your chart's kind of similar to mine. It's a little bit different, but it's kind of similar. Mine is a Taurus rising. You had Gemini rising. So you came here to learn how to communicate and to be a communicator, like a broadcaster, someone who communicates for a living, most likely. Definitely going to be someone who can, by the end of your life, you should be able to communicate with a lot of different people. Also learning how to be funnier, learning how to not take yourself so seriously, because in the past life you were a know-it-all, probably very highly intellectual, like a spiritual leader, teacher. You were somebody that people look to for guidance, and you'll still be the same way, but it's more comedic and it's like more chill. Like it's more chill. Like Gemini energy is more of a comedian. Like comedians are funny, but and they're wise, but they know how to give you wisdom in a very funny, relatable way, versus like a Sagittarius energy is someone who it gets all deep and philosophical. And the funny thing is, a lot of Sagittarians are comedians. Like Betty White was a Sagittarius, Jim Carrey's a Sagittarius, Steve Harvey, which they're all born on the same day, I believe. But anyway, they are Sagittarians, so they're also comedians. But you'll notice like they're very funny, But then, like, when you have these interviews with them, they're very deep and philosophical, and they have all this deep knowledge and shit like that. That's because they know how to channel their opposite side of Gemini to relate to people, instead of being so high up on their, pedestal that, they don't know how to relate to people. So basically, you came here to learn how to relate to people. You could have also been in royalty. Sagittarius is a royal sign. So if you were not royal, you definitely probably were like a royal advisor, or you were up there with people who, were well respected. So this life, you can still have that energy, again, very royal, regal energy, but also learning how to relate to people, not take things so serious, not have to be the smartest person in the room all the time. Okay, this is more like Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is a true Gemini, highly intelligent person, obviously, but he'll take the piss out of some shit in a minute. He's hilarious, right? He's actually pretty funny. I do think he's funny. He's an asshole, but that's Gemini energy. So it's kind of like that, like, you kind of learned how to be a smart person, but also a smart person who doesn't, like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk are best friends, so it's like, and, Joe Rogan's birthday, I think, is August 11th. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Very smart, but also not too serious to where no one can relate to you. You might actually have a hard time relating to people, but you need to learn how to relate to people. And you would actually do better with like doing a podcast or doing something where you have to learn about current events and social topics. So like a YouTube where you have to speak about trending topics or stuff like that. Any type of work where you're looking at trends and patterns, definitely stocks or trading would be a good thing for you, because you notice patterns very well, or at least you're supposed to learn patterns. This is in your bloodline. So again, relating to people socially, big deal. Also, you would make a great astrologer because your midhaven is in Aquarius. So you would do really well with learning astrology. So you might actually like do well with like doing an astrology podcast or something like that. So yeah, South Node in Capricorn, you're definitely probably like more into business. And you're like a homemaker too. You definitely have like a Martha Stewart energy here, because you got second house Cancer. So you could definitely be someone who makes money from like cooking, domesticated type shit. You could also work well with children. You might even do well with like being a children's author. Yeah, I've been getting into stocks, and I've always loved astrology. Well, that's right up your alley. What do I want to say? What was I going to say? But yeah, definitely work with children as well. Working with children, being a children's author is also good as well. But yes, Martha Stewart energy, real big. And Martha got that big bag. Because you got a sun in Cancer. Martha is also a sun in Cancer. I think she's like the 3rd of August. So definitely Martha Stewart energy. Highly psychic with Mercury in Cancer, very good at knowing what people need. So a natural nurturer, again, very good at hosting parties, very good you could be a politician as well. Barack Obama energy coming through with that sun in Cancer as well. He's like the 4th, I believe, too. So yeah, seeing a lot of relatability in your chart. I would say if you get into anything esoteric, it would most likely be yoga or tarot, psychic work, or yoga, or Reiki, something therapeutic or psychic work. I wouldn't necessarily say mediumship. Like, I don't see you really doing mediumship, which is like dealing with channeling the dead and shit. I don't really see that. I really see more psychic energy, clairaudience, being able to hear things that are unsaid, and also yoga would be a good one as well. And Reiki, because it's therapeutic, or massage. You would definitely be a great massage therapist, or like guided meditations, because you have like a very, people love your voice. You have a very teacher's voice, but also with that Cancer there, you have a very, like, probably have a good singing voice. Like, people probably say you have a very angelic voice. So yeah, a lot like Whitney Houston, you probably can sing too. So, yeah, Midhaven Aquarius, you also probably be a good musician as well. You might even have been into music in a past life too, but you'd be more like a composer or like an artist type. But yeah, natural teacher. So anything you do in life, you're going to wind up teaching to other people, even if it's just children. And also herbs is another thing too, because you have like women in your family, like you got medicine women here. So learning herbs and how to heal people with herbs is also important here too. So I could go all day with this, but I was in a band, yeah, so yeah, exactly. So y'all see what the fuck I be doing with these charts. Y'all think I'm a beast with the cards, but these charts, I be different with these charts, all right? So I'm about to wrap it up so I can actually post this. You love weed? Yeah, well, get into some other herbs. I love weed too. But yeah, I hope this helps whoever I read. Like I said, I'll try to get to everyone, but these are pretty long, so I can't do like 50 of them in one session. But comment on these and let me know you guys want to do them. Like, let me know y'all are interested in the astrology, because like I said, I'm a beast with the cards, but I'm very, like, I'm out of this world with astrology charts. These are, I see why my ancestors be like, bitch, if you don't get them astrology charts, because that's what I'm here to do. This is my calling. So I hope that y'all like this. And I'll talk to y'all soon, all right? Peace.